So I'm here with Lisa Marshall, Director of Sales and Marketing at the Lough Eske
Castle
in Donegal in Ireland. Fantastic place. I've been to Donegal myself. I think one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited. So
thank you.
You have a very fortunate job, I guess.
Yes.
I know you're originally from Scotland.
So originally from Glasgow. I was London for 10 years. And I moved to Donegal only 10 months ago, and I have to say I don't regret it one bit. It's an absolute beautiful place in the world.
Wow.
Coolest place on the planet just now from National Geographic Travel Magazine, so it's been a good time to move over. It's a great county.
Absolutely. Maybe a bit remote, but that's the beauty of it, I guess.
I think it's a bit of charm. It really still is real Ireland, you know. It's not overly touristy, it is remote, it's not very built up, and I think that's why people come to us, because it's something you can see the beauty of Ireland without lots of buildings everywhere or anything, and it's just an absolute gorgeous coastline. So the whole Wild Atlantic Way, I mean, there's some beautiful white beaches there, and you can meet maybe 2 people on the beach the whole day. So it's perfect if you want for any escapes. Donegal is the place to go to. So.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. You've already sold me to go back. I know that we're going to dip into what you're doing at the hotel, the castle, in just a minute. But I know that this is an area of Ireland which has had a lot of development work going on.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Wild Atlantic Way, also Star Wars, really a big thing, and Game of Thrones. I have to confess, I'm not.
You're not a GOT fan.
I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones, but I know I have to be. Just tell me what this has done for your business as a hotel.
Well, I think the Wild Atlantic Way programme rolled out about 3.5 years ago. That's been massive, and actually it gives people the opportunity to explore the whole coastline without having to have a tour guide or a bus. So it's very much a fly and drive experience, and I think that works really, really well. So it's very accessible, it's very easy to follow, and it really makes people stop off at the right points. And it's so simple, and they can get a passport, check into all the different areas. So as a marketing campaign, it's clean cut, it's easy, and people love the imagery from it. And then also from the film sites, I mean, Star Wars comes out in December, and they're filming in the north part of Donegal, and that's not even started off yet. We've already had stormtroopers all over Donegal arrive and check it out, and we're very excited about that.
Is that real ones or fan ones?
Real ones. We've had Mark Hamill and Daisy, she's been up as well, and it's just been really, really good for the county already, and it's been very secretive. No one really knows exactly what's coming out, but come December, I think we'll have even more from next year. Game of Thrones as well is so popular, which tends to be more kind of into Northern Ireland, but to have that connection from Donegal right through, you've got so much to explore in that whole northern coastline. So I couldn't do any more better for us, and they've chosen it for a reason. It's just such a beautiful scenery, and it is rural and it is wild. And I think people, when they come and see it, they can see why they've chosen these as film sites.
Amazing.
It's absolutely spot on.
You've strategically chosen for the castle there. So let's talk a bit about the property then. So tell me a bit about the hotel.
Well, we're about 10 minutes outside Donegal town, which is in the south part of the county. Donegal town is very small, there's 2,000 people there. It's a real family community place, and we're actually in Lough Eske, just outside the town. And Lough Eske is just absolutely stunning. Beautiful loch, which is a lake, if in case anyone doesn't know, and the backdrop's the Blue Stat Mountains, so it's very rural. And the castle was built originally in the 1600s, but it's changed over the years, and the last sort of building was from 1890. So it's been owned by the Irish and the Scottish and the British and everybody, but it has a real dynamic history, but it always has been a place of entertainment. So I always think of it as like the Downton Abbey, if you like, of Donegal, because it has been the party house. And fortunately in the 1930s, there was a fire and the whole place was destroyed, and it was left as a ruin for about 60 years. And our owner, who's a Donegal man, came in and rebuilt it 10 years ago this year. And it's 96 bedrooms, beautiful 5-star castle hotel, but it has modern amenities because it has essentially been rebuilt in the last 10 years. So
sounds like my kind of place.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect for international market. They expect heated floors and the bathroom and all these kind of things that you don't always get in old properties. So it's a nice balance. It's a good property to be in.
So I imagine as much as the location is probably the selling point, I guess it's also a challenge.
It is a challenge.
How do you kind of work to overcome that challenge and persuade people that it's really somewhere that they should go and visit?
I think photography, an image will speak better than anybody, me sitting down telling you why you should come, but I think also once they do get there, they really get themselves involved with Irish culture. So, you know, we have a lot of traditional music in the town. So once they come to Donegal, they actually the repeat return, and we have American guests repeat return every year that come long haul, you know. But I think also the infrastructure is a challenge, but you can also sell it as a positive that we were talking about, you know, there's a lack of a motorway essentially, but then the roads are part of the charm of finding your way around and seeing the scenery and going down through the coast rather than going the quick route. So it's a positive and a negative, but we've not suffered from it that way, so it's good.
Now, I want to talk about mobile, because mobile is the biggest trend that's changed everything for marketeers. I also know that remote places tend to have an immediate problem with mobile, yes, which is the surroundings. But what have you seen in terms of mobile when it comes to bookings and how people have been searching and actually making that decision to book with you?
I mean, you know, in my previous roles, mobile was already taking a turn in the last 3 years, but in particular in the last year, I mean, for especially the last 3-4 months actually, we've had more bookings. Something 60% is actually mobile rather than desktop. So what we've done for that is to make sure our mobile is up to date, because essentially it's two versions, and I think a lot of hoteliers focus on the desktop rather than the mobile, and I think it will not have to be the other way around. So we've done that. We've put more money into updating our mobile site and keeping it fresh, making sure that there really is just the top packages on there, is clean cut, it's not too waffly, and just making sure the imagery is sorted there as well. And also I think just to have our booking system absolutely on point with the mobile system, because you are always updating desktop, you know, and sometimes you do forget, and we all have a lot to do as director of sales and marketing, so it's as simple as that, but more investment into mobile versus desktop, 100%.
Okay, yeah. Clear message
you have
there.
To, yeah.
And you've seen the results of that.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Tell me then about what you can advise other businesses, other hoteliers that are trying to solve that big thing of driving more direct bookings. It's the biggest opportunity for hoteliers. Have you been successful in that?
Yeah, we're very lucky that we work with Sojern, and they, you know, have really worked well for us in the last year, 2 years. And also we've put a lot of investment into, you know, Google Ads. It's also just making sure your content on your website is up to date and you've got the right hit words. I mean, it's as simple as that. And for us, really, it's amazing how hoteliers forget to update information, or haven't changed their images for 5 years. Short-term video, you know, everybody still does the 2.5 minutes, should be 30 seconds. All these little tidbits. People's attention span really is just so short these days, and I think you really have to analyse your analytics and see what's coming through and how long people are spending on your pages. Where are you losing them, you know, and making sure that you're putting them through to your direct booking site rather than around the houses. So it's always a challenge, and things develop and change a lot, and I think the hoteliers suffer from just the volume of information and realising what they really need to focus their time and energy and money on. So that's the only thing I'd say, is just choose one strategy and stick with it. Don't be too kind of trying to do everything, if that makes sense.
Remove all the obstacles and focus on
the challenge and get them in, and just get them into your booking, and making sure your booking engine is on point. Is it fast enough? Does it have all the information on there? Has it got enough upselling on it? You know, all these kind of items that sometimes you just forget, you know. It's
small incremental steps where you can lose people, I guess.
Yeah. Exactly that.
So tell me then about the work you've been doing with Sojern support. What was the challenge you kind of approached them with?
I think with Sojern, we are property managed by an American company that are based in Atlanta, and we have a fantastic colleague there who actually put us in touch with Sojern, being an American company, and they're rolling out in Europe now. And he sort of showed us that, you know, basically these guys can target an area where they're looking at the destination and really hone in, rather than just doing mass Google ads and just about geography essentially, and it's about actually the buyer and making sure you get the right buyer, that, you know, the ABCs and everything you want to get there. So that's basically where we came from. So it was a more strategic, targeted approach, and just making sure that we're on point, making sure we're updating with them, and making sure that we have the right packages and the right information going out. So when we update our OTAs and things, we also, you know, have to update that side. And we want the direct bookings. We want people to come to our site versus everybody else. So
this is really about driving direct bookings, and I guess a complete overhaul of your targeting approach.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, you also have to think of the market that they're going through as well. It's everybody, so you have to suit everybody, and it's just getting a clear message in 7 seconds. You know, that's what people are looking at online. So Sojern have been really good with us. They constantly ask, you know, you haven't updated for a while. Can you do this? Can you do that? So the account manages quite well.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot, Lisa, for sharing those insights. It sounds like you've had a huge amount of success.
Yes.
You're standing out as a beacon, I think, for many other hotels there.
Hope so.
And also learning from that, those challenges is something that I think you've embraced, and everybody else should follow in your strides. So
Perfect.
thanks a lot for sharing those insights with us.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.